Let's start with the first news. Dana White had a memorable exchange with a reporter during the UFC Serbia media session, and the moment quickly caught the attention of MMA fans. While taking questions from the media, Dana was asked which fight on the UFC Serbia card he was looking forward to the most. Instead of giving a direct answer, Dana immediately pushed back and made it clear that he wasn't impressed with the question at all. Dana responded by calling it a stupid question, leaving the room in an awkward silence for a brief moment. His reaction surprised several reporters, but it was also classic Dana, who has never been shy about speaking his mind during press conferences. Even though the exchange was brief, it instantly became one of the most talked about moments from the media event. After shutting down the question, Dana explained that it's difficult to single out just one fight on a UFC card. He pointed out that everyone is naturally excited about the main event, as that's usually the biggest attraction of the night. However, he also emphasized that every fight has the potential to deliver something special inside the octagon. Dana went on to say that what he really hopes to see on fight night are those unforgettable, holy moments that leave fans speechless. According to him, those unexpected highlights are what make MMA so exciting, because they can happen at any point during the event, not just in the headline bout. Whether it's a shocking knockout, an incredible submission, or a dramatic comeback, those are the moments that fans remember for years. His comments reflected the unpredictable nature of the sport and why every UFC event has the potential to produce something unforgettable. Although his blunt response sparked discussion online, Dana ultimately made it clear that his focus isn't on picking favorites. Instead, he's simply hoping UFC Serbia delivers an action-packed night filled with big moments that fans will be talking about long after the event is over. Move on to another news. Jon Jones has shared his thoughts following the recent Anthony Smith situation, and his comments have caught the attention of the MMA community. Instead of responding with criticism or controversy, Jon took a calm and reflective approach, showing a side of himself that many fans say has become much more mature over the years. The conversation began on X, where Jon made a lighthearted post about his current appearance. He joked that he was starting to look more and more like Gandhi these days, clearly poking fun at his evolving image. The post quickly attracted plenty of reactions from fans, with many noticing that Jon's attitude on social media has changed significantly compared to previous years. One fan replied by saying they appreciated Jon's laid-back, wise, and mature demeanor, calling it GOAT wisdom. The supporter praised the way Jon has been carrying himself recently and suggested that he seems much calmer than before. Jon responded with gratitude, thanking the fan and saying, "Better late than never." He followed that up with a message that many people found inspiring, explaining that life isn't about how you start, but about how you finish. His response reflected a mindset focused on growth, learning from past mistakes, and continuing to become a better person. Not long after that exchange, another fan asked Jon for his thoughts on Anthony Smith. Rather than making jokes or taking a shot at his former opponent, Jon chose to answer with compassion. He said he hopes Anthony prays because there is no problem too big for Jesus. Jon added that he truly believes Jesus can completely change any situation, no matter how difficult it may seem. His response immediately sparked discussion among fans, with many pointing out that Jon has been speaking more openly about his faith in recent months. Others viewed the comment as a sincere expression of support during a difficult time, rather than an attempt to criticize Anthony. Regardless of how fans interpreted the message, Jon's reply stood out because it focused on hope instead of conflict. The entire exchange painted a very different picture of Jon than many people were used to seeing in the past. Rather than engaging in trash talk or creating more controversy, he chose to share messages about personal growth, faith, and redemption. Whether fans agree with him or not, his recent interactions suggest that he is trying to approach both life and social media with a calmer, more thoughtful perspective, while encouraging others to keep believing that positive change is always possible. Move on to another news. The legendary rivalry between Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones is making headlines once again, after both men shared completely different versions of a conversation they allegedly had years ago. Even though their rivalry has cooled down compared to the past, it seems the tension between them is still very real. During a recent interview, Jon claimed that while the two were filming together for a television show, he tried multiple times to build a more positive relationship with Daniel Cormier. According to Jon, one day they were sitting together on a couch, enjoying a quiet moment without arguing. He said he mentioned how nice it was for them to simply sit together without any problems between them. Jon then claimed that Daniel Cormier responded by saying that although he didn't actually have a personal problem with him, being Jon's enemy had made him too much money over the years. According to Jon's version of the story, DC supposedly admitted that once the cameras started rolling, he could never publicly be Jon's friend because fans believing they hated each other was extremely profitable. Jon said he accepted the explanation and even respected DC for supposedly admitting that part of their rivalry had become business. Jon also suggested that while there may not have been genuine hatred anymore, he understood that he would probably never become one of DC's favorite people. He believed that was partly because he stood in the way of Daniel Cormier being remembered as one of the greatest fighters of all time, creating a rivalry that permanently shaped both of their careers. However, it didn't take long for Daniel Cormier to respond, and he completely rejected Jon's version of events. Speaking on his YouTube channel, DC flatly denied that the conversation ever happened. He insisted that he never told Jon their rivalry was only for business, and stated that he never admitted to pretending to dislike him when cameras were on. Daniel made his position crystal clear, saying that Jon is simply his enemy all the time, not just when the cameras are rolling. He admitted that both of them have earned significant money because of one of the biggest rivalries in MMA history, including major opportunities that came from their feud. However, he stressed that making money from the rivalry does not mean it was fake or manufactured. While DC acknowledged that the hatred isn't as intense as it once was, and that they can now exist around each other professionally, he remained firm that the rivalry has always been genuine. With both men standing by completely different stories, the disagreement has only added another unforgettable chapter to one of the greatest rivalries the sport has ever seen. Move on to another news. As anticipation continues to build for the upcoming UFC 330 main event, more fighters are sharing their predictions for the massive showdown between Islam and Ian Gary. The latest fighter to weigh in is Uros Medic, and he made it very clear that he believes Islam will leave the octagon with another dominant victory. Speaking ahead of his own fight against Daniel Rodriguez this weekend, Medic discussed the highly anticipated matchup and didn't hold back when giving his opinion. According to him, Islam has every advantage needed to secure another impressive win, and he doesn't believe the fight will even make it to the judges' scorecards. Medic predicted that Islam will finish Ian before the final bell, saying he expects another statement performance from one of the sport's most dominant champions. While many fans have debated whether Ian's striking and movement could create problems, Medic believes Islam's overall skill set will simply prove to be too much. He also took the opportunity to praise the Dagestani fighters as a whole. Medic described them as exceptional athletes, elite competitors, and some of the hardest workers in mixed martial arts. He explained that their relentless work ethic, discipline, and complete approach to fighting have allowed them to remain at the very top of the sport for years. At the same time, Medic acknowledged that no era lasts forever. He pointed out that Father Time eventually catches everyone, no matter how dominant they may be. In his opinion, the current generation of Dagestani stars will eventually step away from the top of their divisions over the next few years, allowing a new wave of contenders to rise through the rankings. However, Medic made it clear that he does not believe that moment has arrived just yet. As far as he is concerned, Islam is still operating at an elite level and remains one of the most complete fighters in the UFC today. Because of that, he expects the champion to continue his reign with another convincing performance. Medic also took a shot at Ian, referring to him as a decision merchant while explaining his prediction. He suggested that Ian's style has relied too heavily on going the distance and argued that such an approach won't be enough against a fighter with Islam's wrestling, pressure, and finishing ability. With Fight Night rapidly approaching, predictions continue pouring in from across the MMA world. While opinions remain divided among fans and analysts, Uros Medic is completely confident that Islam will secure another big victory and add yet another impressive finish to his already remarkable career. Move on to another news. Dana White has become the center of a heated discussion across the MMA community after his recent media appearance, with fans, journalists, and even well-known personalities sharing their opinions about his response during the interview. What started as a simple exchange quickly turned into a major talking point, as many people questioned whether Dana is still fully focused on the UFC. Following the interview, several fans took to social media to criticize Dana's reaction, arguing that he appeared disconnected from the product. One fan claimed that Dana seems completely checked out of MMA these days, suggesting that his attention has shifted almost entirely toward boxing rather than the UFC. That opinion quickly gained traction as more people joined the conversation. Jake Paul also reacted to the situation with a brief but noticeable comment. He simply wrote, "Nothing else needs to be said," implying that Dana's response spoke for itself. Even though the message was short, it generated plenty of discussion among fight fans who interpreted it in different ways. Veteran MMA journalist Ariel Helwani also weighed in on the exchange. Ariel suggested that it was either a bad question or that Dana simply didn't know the answer. He added that another possibility was that Dana no longer cared enough to know, a remark that immediately sparked more debate across social media. One fan replied directly to Ariel's comments, claiming Dana has become so focused on building his boxing business that he couldn't even answer what they considered to be a simple question. The fan described the situation as sad, arguing that it reflected a noticeable change in Dana's priorities compared to previous years. Another social media user shared a similar opinion, claiming Dana is earning plenty of money and now puts most of his energy into expanding his boxing ventures instead of concentrating on the UFC. According to that fan, Dana simply doesn't care about his other businesses the way he once did. Of course, not everyone agreed with the criticism. Some fans argued that running multiple major combat sports promotions naturally divides Dana's attention and doesn't necessarily mean he has lost interest in MMA. Others felt the entire controversy was being exaggerated over a single interview response. Regardless of where people stand, the discussion has once again placed Dana White under the spotlight. His comments have generated widespread reactions from fans, media members, and fighters alike, proving that even a brief interview exchange can create big conversations throughout the MMA world. Whether the criticism is justified or not, the debate continues to grow as more fans share their opinions online. Move on to another news. Even though many fans believe Conor's chances of making another UFC comeback are becoming smaller with each passing month, the former champion continues to insist that his fighting career is not over. Despite ongoing concerns surrounding his knee and his long road to recovery, Conor remains confident that he will eventually step back inside the cage. Recently, Conor's team shared a new training video on social media, giving fans another look at how he is staying active while continuing his rehabilitation. Although he is still dealing with the effects of his injury, the footage showed that he is doing everything possible to remain in shape and keep both his body and mindset focused on a future return. During the video, Conor delivered one of his trademark motivational messages, saying, "There's a will, there's a way. There's a billion ways, baby." His words reflected the determination and confidence that have always been a major part of his personality, even while facing one of the biggest challenges of his career. The clip also showed Conor spending time with his family while continuing his workouts. In one lighthearted moment, he interacted with a child named Michael, asking if he was strong. After receiving an enthusiastic response, Conor smiled and praised him, calling him a strong boy, a healthy boy, and a happy boy. The exchange gave fans a glimpse of a more personal side of the former two-division champion, away from the spotlight of competition. While the training session wasn't focused on intense sparring or high-level fight preparation, it demonstrated that Conor is still committed to staying physically active throughout his recovery process. Every update he shares continues to fuel speculation about whether another comeback could eventually become reality. For now, there is still no official date or confirmed opponent for his return, and plenty of uncertainty remains surrounding his future in the sport. However, Conor continues to project confidence with every public appearance and training update. Whether fans believe another comeback will happen or not, he has made one thing absolutely clear. He still believes he has another fight left in him, and he is continuing to work toward that goal with determination every single day. Move on to another news. Khamzat is officially set for another high-profile grappling match as he prepares to face former UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley at RAF Moscow on September 5th. The announcement has already generated plenty of excitement among MMA fans, with many eager to see how the two elite competitors match up on the wrestling mats. Before taking on Khamzat, Woodley is first scheduled to make his RAF debut on August 22nd, where he will compete against Wade Buckley. That matchup will serve as an important opportunity for Woodley to get comfortable under the promotion's rules before stepping into an even bigger challenge against one of the sport's most dominant grapplers. This will be Khamzat's second appearance for RAF. He made a successful debut earlier by defeating Dylan Dennis, delivering another impressive performance that reinforced his reputation as one of the best grapplers in combat sports. With that victory already behind him, Khamzat now turns his attention to another accomplished opponent with an outstanding wrestling background. Woodley brings a remarkable amateur wrestling resume into this contest. Before becoming a UFC champion, he established himself as one of the top collegiate wrestlers in the United States. He was a Big 12 champion, earned NCAA Division I All-American honors twice, and compiled an impressive 110-38 collegiate wrestling record while competing for the University of Missouri. Those credentials make him a legitimate challenge for anyone in a wrestling match. Despite Woodley's accomplishments, many fans still view Khamzat as the favorite because of his relentless pressure, elite grappling, and dominant performances in recent years. His confidence and aggressive style have helped him build a reputation as one of the toughest competitors to deal with once the action hits the mat. Meanwhile, another update has emerged involving Ilya. Following his recent defeat, a new photo shared by his barber showed the former champion relaxing on a yacht. The image quickly caught fans' attention because Ilya appeared without sunglasses and his eyes looked completely healed. That is encouraging news for supporters who have been following his recovery, suggesting he continues to make positive progress after his last appearance and is moving forward one step at a time.